Minnesota's U.S. attorney is also in hot water because of the ICE surge. A federal judge is promising fines if the Department of Homeland Security doesn't start returning missing items to detainees, and quickly, because many of those cases were settled Tuesday in federal court in St. Paul. Today, U.S. Attorney Dan Rosen went to court in Minneapolis under a different federal judge, threatened with contempt. He promised that ICE will either locate missing items or provide compensation to more than 24 people released from custody. Defense attorneys argued that it's difficult to trust the federal government's claims given the treatment of their clients. That hearing just wrapped. You can watch for our updates tonight on the news at 6. And now to the latest in Iran as explosive strikes stretch into a 6th day. President Trump telling several outlets that he must be involved in the selection of Iran's next leader. And within the past 20 minutes, the House just voted down a resolution that would press pause on the war.
Aaron Navarro is on Capitol Hill, where a similar measure failed in the Senate.
President Trump says he expects to have a role in choosing Iran's next leader, according to new interviews with Axios and Reuters. He added that the son of the late Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was an unacceptable choice, but he did not offer an alternative.
Their leadership is just rapidly going. Everybody that seems to want to be a leader, they end up dead.
U.S. and Israeli forces hammered Iran for a 6th day, including an attack on a stadium in Tehran, while Iran expanded its retaliatory attacks.
It is the right and responsibility of Iran to defend its nation against this blatant act of aggression.
Here on Capitol Hill, the Pentagon's policy chief faced questions from the House Armed Services Committee on how the Department of Defense measures success in Iran.
We're looking more at a strategic level at degrading the capabilities of the Islamic Republic, not only fielded forces, but the production capabilities.
The lack of specifics on that are troubling in terms of how long this is going to last.
The exchange came ahead of Thursday's vote on the War Powers resolution to limit President Trump's use of force in Iran. A similar measure failed in the Senate on Wednesday. Aaron Navarro, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
We are hearing more from those closest to the White Bear Lake mother who lost her life in the war.
She was killed in Kuwait during a drone attack. Sergeant First Class Nicole Amour's husband said she was, quote, an amazing soldier, but more than that, she was an amazing wife, mother, and friend. Joey says he wants to build a greenhouse in his wife's honor. Family members launched an online fundraiser yesterday to do just that. The fundraising page says extra funds would be donated to a local nonprofit, Garden in a Box. And according to the fundraiser, that is the nonprofit that helped Nicole build her gardens at home.
It's just an honor, really, to be even included and mentioned and have those extra funds go to our program. It was just really cool that their family wants to give that to us in their really difficult time.
The fundraiser has now raised more than $40,000.
The youngest soldier to die so far was just 20 years old. His big sister is grappling with grief.
I can't help but think just he was my little brother, and he was probably really scared, even if he didn't want people to know. And so I just wish he could have known one more time that we all loved him.
And as Michael George reports, Sergeant Declan Coady called his family in Iowa just hours before the deadly attack.
The pictures on Kira Coady's phone remind her of happier times.
This was the morning before we dropped him off for him to leave. He was our cat, Autumn's favorite. She'd sit in his room while he would game for hours and beg for attention, and he would give it to her.
Her brother Declan deployed to Kuwait back in September. He was a dedicated soldier who loved his job so much he was considering extending his stay.
He hadn't made a decision yet, but one thing he did say is that, I haven't had a lot of jobs, but I've had jobs in the civilian world, and I've been over here for 6 months, and I work 12-plus hour days. I work 6 to 7 days a week, and he goes, I love it.
Declan Coady called home on Saturday, the day before he was killed, to tell them he was okay. But he didn't respond to his family's messages Sunday.
Most of us started to wonder, and your gut starts to get a feeling.
The Coadys got the news that night. An official at their door in West Des Moines confirmed what they feared. Declan was gone.
I still don't fully think it's real. I didn't think it was real when they told us.
Declan Coady's 21st birthday is in May. just 2 months away.
Well, he was actually still supposed to be in Kuwait, and you can't drink in Kuwait. And so before he had left, we were like teasing him about it because we were like, oh, you're going to be 21 and you don't get to go out.
But instead of being reunited and celebrating with him, Coady's family will be mourning him.
I just really wish I got to tell him I love him one more time because he was just so amazing.
Michael George, CBS News, New York.